David Maddox, political editor of The Independent. So here we are, Thursday evening, yet more drama in this Labour psychodrama that's engulfing British politics at the moment. Just when we thought that maybe the end for Keir Starmer was nearing, a new twist in the tale. Andy Burnham has a chance to run for Parliament, and if he gets in, that would allow him, under Labour leadership rules, to run. It appears that he would almost certainly be the largely consensus candidate. Supporters of people like Wes Streeting and even the Prime Minister Keir Starmer might disagree, but there's a huge support for Andy Burnham as leader. Nevertheless, beware what you wish for. The opportunity's been opened up by a surprise person in many ways. Josh Simons has stepped down as the MP, or is stepping down as the MP for Makerfield in Greater Manchester. It's in the Wigan area, which was recently swept by reform in the council elections. If you look at electoral calculus and other projections, reform have a more than 80% chance of winning this seat. Now, unnecessary by-elections is, as the Welfare Secretary Pat McFadden said, always a risky thing. Voters do not like to be taken for granted. Even somebody with kind of star celebrity status like Mr Burnham and huge popularity in the northwest, in the Manchester area, certainly, but it's not a straightforward fight. This is a huge, huge risk for Labour. Basically, they are going to put this leadership contest on hold for weeks, and it'll take weeks to get the by-election sorted, and probably will only happen just before the summer recess. Now, they are relying on Mr Burnham to win that, and then, over the summer, maybe early autumn, ahead of the conference in September, become the leader and replace Mr Starmer. Now, he's been out of frontline Westminster politics for a decade. He's admittedly been a Greater Manchester mayor and a hugely popular figure there, but he doesn't have a programme for government. He's been all sorts of things. He's supported by the hard left at the moment, the soft left. He's been a Blairite. He's been all sorts of things. He's been a Corbyn supporter at various points. This is a very interchangeable politician with a lot of charisma, but no clear policy idea and no clear platform, despite his popularity. But it really comes down to the fact that if he fails to win, that would be humiliating for him, but it would also be a disaster for Labour. It would mean they would have put off the inevitable leadership election for weeks and weeks and weeks, effectively having a limbo government, which is, has a Prime Minister who, in the words of David Maddox, is in office but not in power, especially after he lost his Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, today with scathing comments in his letter of resignation, questioning the drift and the lack of values in this government. And, this cannot continue. We've got almost 100 Labour MPs saying they don't have confidence in the Prime Minister, and we're expected to think that this will continue to the summer until Andy Burnham can get in place. And, then if he doesn't, what on earth happens? Does it unleash a kind of bloody civil war? Does Sir Keir somehow get his authority back? There are so many questions. It, will give the impression that Labour is taking the country for fools and, taking voters, at least in Makerfield, for granted. And it may well hand Nigel Farage a fabulous opportunity to stop the one man who could potentially beat him and Reform at a general election. If he got that scalp, it really would be a kind of sign that Reform could win a general election and really kind of give that party confidence. So much is being gambled here. This has been a crazy week in British politics after a crazy period. The Tories are the only ones laughing here. Kemi Badenoch was absolutely ripped into the government this week, Tory leader. And, who would have thought that the Labour Party, that the adults back in the room, as I said, would be repeating the same mistakes as the Tories, except even worse, because at least the Tories were good at getting rid of their leaders.